What's up guys, Gabriel Varga here. Today we are doing a video for all the active competitors out there, and we are talking about 3 ways to set up your knockout shot. Now, I was not a big KO artist early in my career, mostly because when I hurt somebody, I decided, okay, instead of springing on them, I'm going to play it safe and I'm going to go for, just winning on points and not risking a knockout. Now, as I've gotten further in my career, I've started scoring knockdowns, and I think one of the big reasons is I've just sort of eased back on the idea that, everything involved in getting a KO is hitting really hard. It's like max power, because I used to do that in the middle of the fight. But then, when you throw with max power, you very rarely land. So we're talking about smart ways to set up the KO. Now, guys, thank you so much for bearing with me right now. You notice all the videos I've been making, all the tutorials have been one shot on the go sort of filming style. It's just because I've been very busy lately. I've had a grandparent in the hospital, trying to put in lots of time going to visit. So as soon as I have a little bit more time, which will hopefully be this weekend, I will do a full-blown filming, just a lot of it, and I'll make sure that I have proper episodes coming out for you guys. All right, so again, thanks for bearing with me. Now, number 1, first thing we're going to talk about today in creating an opening or being able to score the KO without it just being fluke is using repeated shots as setups to land. So what I mean by this is if I just always mix up my shots, I'm always throwing, sure, there's a chance I might land one of them, but I'm not creating openings. So what we could do, for example, is, I throw this punch and I hit to the body. And I touch to the body again, and maybe 20, 30 seconds later, I hit to the body. Every time I'm dropping my head as I throw to the body, number 1, to get my head off the center line, but number 2, for the setup. And then eventually, when I see this guy start to drop his elbow, I hit him there about 5 or 6 times, he starts dropping his elbow. As he drops his elbow, his head opens up a little bit. So this is just an example. You could do this for anything, but I touch, moving around, I check, I touch, I block, I touch, I go down, boom. And I'm switching up the attack with all the setups I've done. Could be done on anything. It could be lots of front kicks. Touching on the front kicks, eventually he goes to catch, and then I switch up, maybe go Brazilian kick or question mark kick up to the head. This is one of my favorite ways. More in sparring. I haven't pulled it off a whole heck of a lot in fights, mostly because in fights I'm like, okay, I'm winning and I don't need to really worry about setups. But when we see big KOs in fights, very often it's because somebody has repeatedly attacked one area. Head hook, head hook, head hook. They do it a lot over 30 seconds, and then next time it's down to the body when they see that elbow start to raise up too high. Great way to set up the technique. Try to make sure as you do it, you also implement eyesight. So instead of me, hitting the body, I'm looking down and then looking up to the head. I continue to look down as I do my fake. I'm looking there and then I come up high. All right. Point number 1 completed. Moving on to point number 2, we are talking about using your combinations to set up your best shot, your power shot, the shot that you can KO people with. So let's use me as an example today, and we'll go with the left hook. I love the left hook. Doesn't matter if it's to the body or to the head, it's one of my most powerful shots. So instead of me just leaping in trying to land it on the single shots without a setup, I use the combination. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down to the body. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up to the head. When you guys do your training sessions, it's very important that you establish what your best punch is, and very, very efficient, sort of methodical ways that will keep in your memory that set up your best shot. If you love the right round kick, you maybe want to go 1, 2, down to the body, and then boom, up to the head. Being aware of the best way to set up your best technique is a surefire way to land shots, and when you land them, have all your power into your best punch. It's kind of foolproof in terms of the easiest way to get those knockdowns instead of just trying to hit as hard as you can on shots with no real strategy. All right, guys, let's move on to point number 3, and we are talking about using the counter shots to land your KO, to get that KO. Now, a lot of people, they just sort of shell up. They just shell tight and what they're trying to do is just throw something. But when you guys are shelling up, the big thing that you want to be looking for is errors in this guy's attack and what defensively, counter-wise, you can throw that will have the most likelihood of landing. So if the opponent comes in, let's say they come in towards you and they go 1, 2, 3 and everything's crisp. You go, I didn't see a big opening there. Maybe then next time they move in, they go 1, 2, and they come down to the body and you see that head open. You go, okay, next time I see that body shot, as soon as I go here, I'm going to either come back with my uppercut, or I'm going to take the body shot and come with my hook, whichever one's better for you. Or maybe when they come in for their knees, they walk forward with their knees and their hands drop a little bit. So as soon as they come with that knee, you're going to drop and throw that power cross right down the middle. Being able to establish what is open when somebody attacks is going to be crucial to landing that counter shot and scoring the KO. As opposed to what most people do, where they're defense, throw something. Defense, throw something. Always try to set up. If you're having trouble establishing what shots you should be throwing when somebody's attacking you, what counters you should be throwing, you should be getting somebody in front of you. So if I was facing towards you guys, I would maybe come in and go like 1, 2, 3. Keep everything really crisp. Give you minimal openings. 1, 2, 3. You go, okay, that's not a good time. Then I'll come in and I'll go, huh. And then I'll go back to my crisp shots. And then when I come in again for that knee, you're practicing getting a little bump, little attack in. This is one of those things that you need a good training partner for. But you can also just establish this as well with your shadow boxing, just having that mindset that somebody's in front of you and you're picking away on shots, you're picking away, and then you throw your counter. It's a little bit easier with a partner, but you can do this solo. All right, guys, that's my quick tutorial for today. 3 ways to set up that knockout shot. Like I said, for all the competitors out there, I have so many people sending me so many wonderful messages saying this channel, the information I'm sharing is helping so much. It's amazing for me to hear that. Thank you so much for all the comments, all the Instagram messages. It just means so much to me. Guys, if you enjoyed the video today, please give it a like. If you have not already, join the channel and get subscribed. Train hard, guys. I'll see you back here soon for another video.